9 situations where silence is powerful. Imagine if the moments we choose to remain silent were as impactful as those when we decide to speak. How often do we reflect on the power of our silence? Unfortunately, the art of silencing has been lost in a world filled with noise and constant dialogue. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches self-control through reason and emotional strength, making it an excellent way to learn when we should speak. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "It is better to stumble with your feet than with your tongue." This statement prompts us to consider, how many times have we regretted speaking hastily or in anger? Stoicism not only warns us about what we should avoid, but also guides us to use silence as a tool for our growth and tranquility. Imagine facing life's difficulties with the serene confidence that your silence can say more than any word ever could. The Stoic philosophy teaches that silence is not simply the absence of speech, but a powerful and intentional response. It is an active force capable of disarming conflicts, protecting us from specific situations, and bringing us deeper understanding. But when exactly should we choose silence? Let's explore 9 key moments when choosing silence is not just a wise decision, but also transformative. As we delve into these lessons, we will discover how silence can change the way you relate to others and to your own inner peace. Consider, for example, how calm and reflective silence can end a heated discussion instead of words spoken in the heat of the moment. What might a silent pause reveal about your true thoughts and feelings? Before we begin, if you find value in this content, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Remember, sometimes an idea can clarify many situations in your life. The first moment when silence can be transformative is when we are unjustly criticized. According to Stoicism, unjust criticism offers an opportunity for us to strengthen ourselves and demonstrate our integrity. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most notable Stoic emperors, said, "If something external disturbs you, it is not the fact itself that affects you, but your perception of it." He also reminded us that we can change our way of thinking at any moment. This shows us that what truly disturbs us in criticism is not the criticism itself, but how we interpret and react to it. Reflecting on how to change your perception of a criticism can turn it into a source of strength. Can you recall a situation where keeping calm in the face of unjust criticism changed the outcome? For example, imagine you are leading a project at work and are harshly criticized by your boss. A Stoic response would be to calmly analyze the criticism. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, advocates that this approach not only preserves your peace of mind, but also maintains your professional dignity. Always remember that Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our responses and attitudes. Choosing silence in the face of criticism is not an act of weakness, but a powerful strategy. This silent strength can transform a potential conflict into a demonstration of your inner strength and commitment to Stoic philosophy. So, as you face daily challenges, reflect on how silence can be your best response. What opportunities arise if you choose careful silence instead of impulsive words? Incorporating Stoic principles into daily life not only promotes your inner peace, but also significantly impacts those around you. When we face unjust criticism and choose a Stoic posture, we align ourselves with a philosophy that values character strength over the temporary approval of others. This not only fosters our personal growth, but also inspires others to do the same. In a world where self-promotion and ostentation are constant, Stoicism reminds us of the importance of embracing silence. As the wise Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not waste time discussing what a good man should be one." From this perspective, reflect on how silence in the face of arrogance can transform an environment fueled by ego into a space for self-reflection and growth. Criticism is inevitable, and often it is helpful for learning and improvement. However, not all criticism aims to help, and in some situations, its goal may be to hurt. In those moments, maintaining calm and acting prudently can be a significant challenge. Stoicism, a philosophy that emerged in ancient Greece, offers timeless advice on how to deal with rude criticism with grace and dignity. By applying these teachings, we can transform negative experiences into opportunities for growth and strength. As Epictetus taught, it matters not what happens to you, but how you react to it. When faced with unjust criticism, take a moment to reflect before reacting. This prevents impulsive actions, allowing you to assess a situation rationally. It's crucial to separate the criticism from who you are, for, as the Stoics said, we control our minds, not external events. This understanding makes us more resilient. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us that unjust criticisms often reflect more about the critic's feelings than about who we are or what we can achieve. Separating negative feedback from your personal identity can provide clarity. He said, "If someone can prove to me that I am thinking or acting wrongly, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth." Even in the most unjust criticisms, there may be a small truth hidden. Seek that truth and use it as an opportunity for personal improvement, discarding negative and unnecessary thoughts. As Epictetus said, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. When someone criticizes you unjustly, maintaining calmness and being polite, often a calm response has the power to diffuse the critic and reveals your maturity. Caring for your own growth is essential. Marcus Aurelius would say, "Do not waste time discussing what a good man should be one." Thus, instead of focusing on unjust criticism, this shift in focus helps you overcome adversity and continue advancing on your path, always keeping virtues in mind. Dealing with fair criticism is challenging, but by following the established principles, it is possible to transform these experiences into opportunities for growth. Reflect before acting, assess your personal value, seek any useful fragment of truth, respond with calm and respect, and maintain focus on your own development. In this way, you will be aligned with the ideal of remaining calm and strong internally, even when situations around you are questioned. Now, the second moment when Stoic silence becomes powerful. Amid ostentation, imagine yourself at a networking event, where a colleague is excessively bragging about their recent achievements. When someone showcases their salary achievements or luxurious lifestyle, the first impulse might be to counter those displays with your own accomplishments. However, Stoicism teaches us the value of restraint. Choosing silence in these situations not only preserves your calm, but also allows the words of the other person to reveal more about who they are. In doing so, you conserve your energy for conversations that are truly important and meaningful. This approach protects your integrity and can lead to success. Those who adopt this stance demonstrate confidence in their own achievements without relying on external validation. For Stoics, silence is strategic, a sign of knowledge and self-assurance. One saying goes, "He who does not wish to be surpassed by greater benefits should not return a benefit with another, but with many at the same time." In practice, this means we should not respond to ostentation with words, but with the grace of our actions and the quality of our character. How many times do you find yourself responding to someone's success story with your own? What if, instead, you simply listened, acknowledging the other person's achievements with a smile or nod, while keeping your focus on your own virtues and goals? Embracing Stoic silence in the face of ostentation is a way to live free from the pressure of competition, instead fostering genuine happiness and success. This creates an environment where you can thrive in peace, with a true sense of self-worth, free from comparisons. Now think about how this lesson can be applied in your daily life. How could choosing silence improve your relationships and your well-being? Number 3, when dealing with anger. When we are angry, it feels as if we are caught in a storm, capable of extinguishing any sense of reason and calm. But at the heart of this storm, Stoicism offers us refuge, a moment of silence that helps us navigate these intense feelings. Epictetus, one of the great figures of Stoicism, advised, "Remain silent most of the time and only speak when necessary." Now, imagine a day at work where a colleague's mistake results in extra hours of work for you. Your first impulse may be to lash out in anger. However, what if instead of reacting with fury, you chose silence? That pause would give you the necessary time to think more objectively about the situation. This small moment could make the difference between escalating a conflict and finding a constructive solution. Think about how many times impulsive anger made you wish you had acted differently. How could things have changed if you had taken that same moment to breathe before responding? Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic, offers an important reflection. This wisdom leads us to consider that most of the time, the consequences of an angry outburst are far worse than the initial cause. Consider the example of Nelson Mandela, a world leader who, after years in prison, chose to forgive his oppressors instead of harboring resentment. This decision not only brought peace to his own life, but also helped reconcile an entire country. Using silence in the face of anger does not mean suppressing your feelings, but rather choosing a response that aligns with your best self. This practice not only enhances your inner peace, but also strengthens your relationships and leads to a more balanced and successful life. As you face daily frustrations, remember that strategic silence may be the key to avoiding regrets and building a more fulfilling life. Finding serenity within ourselves, rather than in external situations, is key. In this context, silence is not an act of weakness or omission, but rather a demonstration of self-control and confidence in the truth. Speaking too much in your own defense can often strengthen rumors, while well-managed silence can serve as your best protection. Marcus Aurelius wisely taught that the power over our thoughts is ours, but external events are not under our control. This understanding is the foundation of a resilient mind and a peaceful life. Thus, when facing unjust accusations or false rumors, Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by external improvements, but to trust in time and truth. Let's reflect together. How many times, in trying to defend yourself against a lie or a rumor, have you only made the situation worse? What would have happened if you had chosen silence instead? When we refuse to react impulsively to provocations, we create space for the truth to reveal itself. This is a profound principle of Stoicism. True strength comes from within. Embracing Stoic silence in the face of false rumors allows you to maintain your integrity and inner peace, allowing your actions and character to speak louder than any words. In the end, time always reveals the truth, and patience becomes your greatest ally. Therefore, the next time you encounter rumors or unjust accusations, remember that silence can sometimes be a more powerful response. It's normal to feel sadness after a significant loss. Stoics do not suggest that you suppress your emotions. Rather, they encourage you to recognize your thoughts. The first step is to accept pain as something natural. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most important Stoic emperors and philosophers, wrote in his Meditations, "Grief is part of life." Understanding the natural cycle of life, Stoics teach that everything in the universe is in constant flux. Just as the seasons change, our lives go through losses and gains. Recognizing that loss is part of life helps alleviate suffering and allows you to focus on what you can control. Left behind, silence is a form of healing. Instead of trying to fill the void left by loss with words or distractions, silence offers space for introspection. Using silence to reflect and analyze your emotions is a powerful Stoic principle. Silence allows you to observe your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Epictetus reminds us that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but the way we interpret them. The practice of gratitude, even in the face of loss. Stoicism suggests that we should be grateful for the time and experiences we had. Recognizing the value of something or someone before the loss helps remind us that, although sadness is real, it is also a testament to what that person or thing brought into our lives. As Seneca said, "It is not the duration of life, but its fullness that counts." Lean on your community. While silence is a powerful tool, Stoicism also values human connections. Sharing your pain with those you trust can lighten the burden. You don't have to carry the pain alone. Shared wisdom and support from others can be a source of strength in difficult times. Looking to the future with wisdom, loss always brings lessons. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on how these lessons can prepare us for what lies ahead. By understanding that pain is part of the human experience, we can become more resilient and better equipped to face future challenges. In summary, Stoic philosophy offers a practical and emotionally balanced approach to dealing with loss. By accepting the natural flow of life, finding meaning in silence, and practicing gratitude, what lessons can be drawn from the example of Galileo and other Stoic wisdom when dealing with ignorance? Silence, often seen as passivity. When you encounter someone who, even if misguided, exhibits unwavering confidence, you may be tempted to confront or reconcile with that person. However, Stoicism teaches us that instead of reacting impulsively, it's wise to focus on controlling our own responses. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest. This means that when faced with ignorance, we can choose silence as a gesture of grace, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and preserving our inner calm. The example of Galileo serves as an excellent model for dealing with opposition and misunderstanding. When his scientific discoveries were rejected by the church and society of his time, he chose not to react with anger or frustration, but with dignity and patience. He trusted in the strength of his ideas and allowed time to reveal the truth. This type of strategic silence not only protects your peace, but also demonstrates self-confidence and wisdom. The practice of patience is one of the main pillars of Stoicism. When you encounter people who are entrenched in ignorance, instead of trying to correct them immediately or getting upset with their attitudes, consider observing in silence. Patience does not mean passively accepting ignorance. Rather, it is a recognition that not everyone is ready to listen or change their opinions at that moment. Focus on yourself. Instead of getting frustrated with others' behavior, ask yourself. Focusing on yourself helps maintain a healthier perspective and prevents you from wasting energy trying to change what is beyond your control. Silence as a relational strategy. Silence can be a powerful tool in relationships. By choosing not to respond immediately to provocations or ignorant attitudes, you demonstrate emotional control and avoid escalating conflicts. This doesn't mean you should ignore problems or avoid necessary confrontations. Rather, silence, at certain moments, can be the best response to maintain harmony. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within. We do not need to react to every external situation, and silence can be a powerful response to ignorance, preserving our serenity and allowing us to focus on what truly matters. By practicing Stoic silence, we can improve our relationships and our own emotional well-being, creating a more peaceful life. 1. Avoiding an impulsive or aggressive reaction can prevent the situation from escalating. Instead of fueling the rumor, take a deep breath and remember that others' opinions do not define who you are. Use meditation techniques or conscious breathing to maintain your calm. 2. Seek clarification and facts. Before drawing conclusions or acting, it's important to seek the truth behind the rumors. What we hear is not always real, and often rumors are distorted by a lack of accurate information. Gather reliable data and consult trusted individuals to gain a clear understanding of the situation. 3. If necessary, plan your response carefully, choosing your words wisely to avoid escalating the conflict. In some cases. 4. Keep focus on your actions and integrity. Your actions speak louder than any rumor. By continuing to act with integrity and consistency, you build a confidence that cannot be easily shaken. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful guide for dealing with injustice, focusing on maintaining inner peace, emotional control, and thoughtful, constructive responses. When faced with injustice, the teachings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and examples like that of Nelson Mandela, here are some Stoic strategies for dealing with injustice. 1. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing can help regulate your emotions and prevent impulsive reactions in the face of injustice. 2. Accept what you cannot change. One of the pillars of Stoicism is focusing on what is within our control. You cannot control the actions of others, but you can control how you respond to them. By accepting what cannot be changed, you free up energy to focus on what can be influenced, your own response. 3. Respond logically. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause and reflect on the situation. Evaluate the consequences of your actions and make decisions based on wisdom and patience. 4. Seek a fair solution by engaging in an open and honest conversation, aiming for a resolution that is just for all. Whenever possible, advocate for structural changes that address the root causes of injustice. By contributing to systemic improvements, you help prevent future injustices. 5. Reflect on what happened and learn from the experience, preparing yourself to handle similar situations better in the future. By following these Stoic principles, we can confront injustice with calm and knowledge, transforming these situations into opportunities for personal growth and social improvement. 6. Dealing with insults. This wisdom reminds us that our reactions to insults are within our control. Instead of getting quickly irritated, we can choose silence and understanding over conflict. Consider the example of Mahatma Gandhi. Throughout his struggle for India's independence, Gandhi faced countless insults and opposition. However, instead of reacting with anger, He chose silence and pacifism. Aligning his calm and silent response to verbal and physical attacks often dissipated his opponent's aggression and earned him public support. By adopting a similar stance when insulted, you can change the dynamics of your interactions. Choosing deliberate silence over impulsive reactions not only helps you stay calm but also elevates you as a leader, someone who rises above petty conflicts. This echoes the words of Marcus Aurelius. The results of anger and sadness are far worse than the things that cause them. Reflect on this as you navigate daily challenges. How can firm silence transform your life? Could it be the key to a better and more successful existence? As we explore these 9 crucial moments to embrace silence. Marcus Aurelius said, in the spirit of these words, let us practice the deep strength found in silence, deciding when to speak and when to listen. Doing so will lead to a more peaceful, happy, and compassionate life. Feel free to apply these Stoic principles in your daily conversations and see how the power of reflective silence can enhance your life. If you've made it this far, congratulations. This means you're committed to becoming a better person. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. If you're unsure what to say, just write gratitude, so I know you watched to the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us on this journey. Stoicism is filled with wisdom that applies to our everyday lives. I encourage you to keep learning about this philosophy. I'll leave 2 videos here, packed with Stoic wisdom, for you to continue growing. May you find peace and stay blessed. Until next time, my friends.